One tip for every weapon in Brawl. Starting off with sword and hammer. Sword is quite a weak weapon, it doesn't kill. However, it's got a lot of true combos. You want to, first thing, if you're having trouble learning how to kill and play with this weapon, is learn the 3 big killing true combos. You have D-Light Recovery, you have D-Light Sare, and if you're getting saucy with it, you have, on higher damages, this only works. So this combo is only really good on really high damages, but sword isn't really the best killing. You can see he's at 160 damage. It's not doing anything with the D-Light Sare. D-Light Recovery will definitely kill, but let's put him on, like, I don't know, 180. This might kill. No, it still doesn't kill. So if you're in this situation, a good other final true combo that you should learn for killing is that. Okay, I have stun on, I'm pretty sure. No, let me put stun on so I can show you it's true. There you go. You can clearly see. It's not really that difficult. It's actually really smooth to do as well. Once you land it a few times, you're going to really enjoy the combo. But yeah, it's great. Okay, now hammer. Hammer is really good. It's quite slow. Yeah, so when I recorded this video, this was quite a while ago. And hammer wasn't as good as it was now because BMG just shitted out buffs for it. So, quick briefing. If you want to get good at hammer, just play the weapon and chuck out random moves. You know, treat it like Axe, because it's basically in the position that Axe is in. You know, it's a piece of piss to learn. Okay, now guitars. Now, I could just say something very generic and be like, learn how to do the infinite combo, because, well, I could say that. But I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this a little bit interesting and try and say some things that people haven't heard before. Guitar has got some of the best aerial attacks in the game. Okay, this Nair is really good if you know how to use it, as is Sare and Dare. Okay, they're really good. If you get someone off stage, you can just spam like that. Especially since people in lower ranks have a tendency to jump as soon as they're off stage. You can just do stuff like this. Basically, what I'm saying is learn to abuse guitar's aerial attacks. Okay, they're so good. One of the best aerial attacks in the game. And, you know, I think it's probably more crucial than learning the infinite combo. You know, I could just be saying that, but in my opinion, I think learning the aerial attacks is more important. Okay, now we have gauntlets. Gauntlets is obviously primarily an off-stage weapon. This is going to be a similar one to all the off-stage weapons, really. You want to learn how to control yourself off-stage well. So, a lot of people tend to double jump really fast and then dodge instantly. So you're all the way over here. People go like, jump and do all their attacks at once. You want to learn to space your attack. A good thing to do is when you're really low, and let's say you've just been knocked all the way over to the other side of the stage, you want to dodge first. So by the time that you come back, your dodge will have returned, just like that. Okay, it's a very important tip, and is probably the first step in learning how to get good off stage. But yeah, main thing, just make sure you count your jumps and learn how to recover well from stage. Because it's an off-stage weapon, so you're going to be off stage a lot of the time, you're going to be taking your enemies quite far off stage. It's all well and good you being able to kill your enemies off stage, but you also have to be able to know how to make it back. Blasters, spacing. Okay, this is a really generic one. You have to learn spacing. Spacing's really hard, I'll be honest. And Blasters does not really have a close hitting attack, besides D-Light. Okay, D-Light is its own exception. And while it is its best attack for opening, it's, you know, when you do, I don't know, any attack from it, so you do this, you have to space like that, and then if you do like that, you have to space. It's all spacing. You have to learn how to use your chase dodges, your dodges, you know. You're using dodges and stuff for more than just recovering when you're using blasters. Okay, you're using it for movement, which is very different from a lot of the other weapons, but yeah, spacing is just the main thing on blasters. I think everyone knows that. They're one of the hardest weapons in the game for that very reason. Bow. Now, bow has a really tough time killing, so you kind of want to always learn to take your enemy off stage with bow. This might not be the best advice, okay, because I'm not a bow player. The bow has a really tough time with killing, and from my bow experience, I think you have the best chance of killing by taking your enemy off stage to use this ground pound. And because it's such a bad weapon to kill with, and it's got such a strong ground pound is really its only option. So I would say learn how to utilize that ground pound off stage, you know, learn things like, rather than doing a D-Light N-Light, or a D-Light Nair, sorry, do a D-Light Sare into a Dare, and then you can ground pound from there. Like, just look for better options, okay? Look for options to bring your enemy off stage into a ground pound, because it is really the best way that you're going to flourish with this weapon. It's the best way to get kills with it. It's the best way to just play it in general, I would say. Okay, now I'm talking about Orb. Orb is very similar to Blasters in a way. It's spacing, but not nearly as important as Blasters. Okay, so spacing is still a big thing on Orb. Why can't I hit this? However, this weapon is still spacing, okay? It's a large majority of it is definitely spacing. And especially the ground pound as well. The ground pound is... Oh, the ground pound is really, you know, like... You can see. It's a strange ground pound. But yeah, I think spacing is your best bet on Orb. Spear. Now, Spear is just to learn basic combos. Okay, Spear is such an easy weapon to learn. It's so balanced. So balanced. Everything about it is just learn easy combos. Just learn things like, I don't know, things like this. Just things that are, like, simple. Like, something like, I don't know, Sare into Sidelight, Sare into Endlight. A lot of people like to jump after Endlight, so learn patterns. So you can do stuff like that. I don't know, learn Dare into Nair, into GCD Light, Nair, like, learn to juggle and stuff. Like, it's a very, you know, easy weapon to learn. There's no correct way of learning it. Everything is pretty easy to learn on Spear. I think the best way to learn to play Spear is just to learn combos. Like, simple as that. It's literally just to learn, practice combos. Whether it's something like I've just done, or something that's just, you know, as basic as this. Just as basic as this. Learning a single combo on Spear goes a long way. Okay, now we have Scythe. Now, Scythe is my main weapon. Okay, I've already spoken about how to get good with Scythe in a video, so I'm going to talk about some different reasons, or a different reason. In my other video, you can go and check it out, how to get better at Scythe and stuff. But in this one, I would say, since it's an off-stage weapon, your best bet is to literally just practice off-stage, like I said for Gauntlets, okay? It's the exact same principle, just in this case, it is even more important, I would say, like much more important. Because Gauntlets, you're not really going high, okay? So for Gauntlets, you're always going to be going down below the stage. But as you can see what I've just done, Scythe, you're nearly always going to be bringing your enemy up. So it's important that you make sure that you're counting everything that you're doing. So for example, what I'm doing here, I'm incorporating every single move into my attack, okay? You can see every single move I am incorporating, but I know how far I have to go and how much I can do, and if I'm going to be able to make it back to stage or not. Sometimes, you know, if you're in an experimental game, nothing wrong with risking one and just sending it and, you know, knowing that you're going to die, but you can sometimes get cooler clips that way. But if you want to learn to use this weapon effectively, your best bet is to just make sure you know how to actually come back from any situation off stage. That's the main thing, okay? Sometimes, as well, chase dodges are a very important thing on Scythe. So if I just show you an example where I'm going to use every single one of my things, like that, I need to chase dodge there, I still die. But, you know, if I chase dodge in the other direction towards the stage, I would have survived. So learning to utilize things like chase dodges as well, very important. Okay, Axe. Now, Axe is just the fucking easiest weapon to learn in the game, probably, besides Spear. Learn things like, I don't know, Endlight into Sidelight Nair, learn Sidelight Nair, learn follow-ups from Sidelight Nair. In my opinion, I think the most effective one is Sidelight Nair Ground Pound, but I can't even do it because I suck. Sidelight Nair Ground Pound like this. You got Sidelight Nair GCD Light like that, also works very well. But it's the same thing as Spear, because they're both very easy weapons. Just learn combos, okay? Like, all you need to do to learn this weapon is just learn combos and follow-ups. There are true combos that you must learn, like, for example, Sidelight Nair, and at closer distance, Sidelight D-Light. I think also if you can get, I think this is one dodge frame if you can hit it right. I'm not sure if it will be on a Mugi, because a Mugi's a slow motherfucker. But I know you can get it one dodge frame. Also, off stage is a really big thing about Axe. So, like, learn to utilize the ground pound as well. I mean, I've already said, okay. Utilize the ground pound is just a kind of a side thing to do, but the main thing is to actually learn combos. But yeah, just note that although Axe is a heavy weapon, and a lot of people will look at it and think it's mainly an on-stage weapon, I personally think it's actually more of an off-stage weapon due to this ground pound and how good the dares are on it. Greatsword, I don't know. If you want to learn to play Greatsword, the #1 tip is to just be gay, and then instantly you're just fucking good at it. Really, that's all I can say. I've never played Greatsword in my life, so I think it's pretty good off stage. I think this is true as well. If you can do it at a certain damage, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Cannon. See, I'm not much of a cannon player either, but learn simple reads. Because cannon's a bit like Scythe. One read on cannon, and you can be red, but you get a dodge in read here. And then bang, just like that. The game is basically flipped. Like, especially if you're playing someone better than Isaiah. Like, I don't know, something like this, into this, and then recovery, they're dead. Okay, game's over. That's just one dodge read as well. So yeah, on cannon, learn combos like this, and then go to the bot, set the bot to, I don't know, dodge reaction neutral, and then learn to punish a neutral dodge, and then do the same thing for all dodges. Okay, it's literally just like that. And then, yeah, that's kind of the best way to learn cannon. It's one of the ways to learn cannon, okay? I think now we're coming on to boots, which is the last weapon. And boots is another weapon that I have not played much of. I think I have VV, level like 25. But that's just because I like blasters. I don't really play boots. But if you want to learn it, I guess your best bet is to just kind of learn true combos, because it's got a lot of them. Learn off stage as well, since it is Oh, I died. Since it is primarily an offstage weapon, it's really good to utilize it offstage. I think that's the main thing. Learn its offstage attack. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know that like this, and then into this. No, not that. I meant this. This, and then into this, and then like that, and then, you know, things like that are really good. The dare is really good. The ground pound is like fucking amazing. You can steer that thing. Literally like driving a car. You know, if you can fucking steer... If you can steer the ground pound in Brawlhalla well, then you can drive a car. Kind of my rule. Yeah, I think that's all weapons. If I missed one, let me know. Yeah.
No, it's basically it's all cuts and stuff.